Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to a brand new video on Prize Picks. We've got plays for NBA Friday in this video. I've got 4 plays for you, but first up, do me a solid, drop a like on this one. Let's try to get to 20 likes. You guys have been great at hitting the like goal recently, and go ahead, drop a comment while you're there too. A lot of you guys have been commenting, and I really do appreciate that. But why should you guys be liking and commenting? Because we're on an insane streak. I've been sending out free plays straight for the last 5 days, and we've only missed one of them, and that's because that game went into double overtime. We have been on a ridiculous heater. I told you guys, take Chargers Vikings over 43.5, ended with 47 points in that game. Huge cash, and literally all you need to be doing is tailing my plays. If you're on the free plays, you've probably used this to make around 5 or 6 units over the last 5 days. But in VIP, all we do is scale that. It's literally the exact same stuff, all the same strategies, all the same statistics going into the plays, except we scale it even higher. So in the month of October, we are up 50.575 units on VIP. So 50 units on VIP, and that's since October started. So literally like a little over 20 days ago. Absolutely insane. And all my plays are tracked right here, by the way, guys. I don't hide anything like a lot of other YouTubers do. I literally show you guys every single play I take. You can scroll through there and see and check it yourself. We've profited 50 units in the last month. And the best part is I'm giving away a VIP for completely free. If you want to get free VIP, it is very simple. All you have to do is get this number on your phone, text me at this number, and I'll get you guys on free VIP. It's literally that simple. Just text me at this number. I'll help you guys sign up for one of these apps with my code, and after that, it'll literally take you 5 minutes. You're on an entire week of VIP. And if you do the averages, we've basically been through 3 weeks of October profiting 50 units. That means that we're averaging around 17 or 18 units per week, and you're getting that for an entire free price. Absolutely insane. Go ahead, text that number. Now let's get into play number 1. All right, play number 1, it's Victor Wembanyama. This one, it's a no-brainer. We saw what Wemby did in game 1. Everybody saw what Wemby did in game 1 against what we called one of the best defenses in the NBA, especially at defending bigs. Derek Lively, Anthony Davis, Cooper Flagg, and PJ Washington were all starting there. Those are all super tall players, right? Wemby played like they were like his... I think the commentator said it, right? It's like playing your 8-year-old son when you're just in the driveway. That's what it looked like when Wemby was out there, because Wemby played out of his mind. 40 points in this game. I mean, if you've been watching the NBA, you've probably seen all the clips before or in the last couple hours, or in the last, 48 hours of Wemby's insane debut. All we're doing here is taking him on the over again in a favorable matchup. He now plays against Zion Williamson, who is probably, we love to talk about how dominant Zion is, how powerful he is. He's nowhere near as fast and as agile as Wemby. And there are other good defenders on that team, namely Herb Jones. And Trey Murphy's a pretty good defender too. But honestly, the Pelicans, no matter what they do, they can't stop Wemby. And I don't think it's any fault of the New Orleans Pelicans as a franchise or as players. I just don't think anybody can stop Wemby right now. And I think that us getting his line right now at 27.5, it's never going to be that low again. This is like when you're looking at stocks and you see a stock that is super low and you think that's never going to be that low again. It's going to start to rise, right? Wemby's line, I'm telling you guys, I personally feel is barring any injuries, Wemby's line on a night-to-night basis might be in the 30s, 31, 32, and we might come to think of that as a normal day. If Wemby goes for 30 points flat or has 29 points, he might have hit the under on his points. That is insane to think about. That is almost prime James Harden numbers, right? Obviously, that 1 week he was averaging like 45, but that is almost prime James Harden numbers from a center who is playing like a guard. I mean, there's not much more that can be said, right? Wemby is absolutely nuts. We're taking him on the over at 27.5. I don't think the line will ever be this low. There was nothing in that first game that told us that it might be a fluke, right? He was playing, it's not like he was playing a bad defense. It's not like he was, playing with other teammates that the teammate situation was different, right? It's not like he was even at home in that game. Like literally every single thing in that game was not a fluke. And it shows us that this entire season is probably going to look a lot like what we just saw in game 1 from Wemby and the Spurs. So if you want to take him on points, love it. Rebounds, love it. Assists, love it too. PRA, whatever you want to do. I'm personally taking it on points. Just straight points. Wemby's going to do great. But honestly, I don't hate his blocks either at 3.5. He actually only got 3 blocks in this game. I think this is a little bit of an interesting prediction. Wemby's blocks, I feel like, are actually going to go down as the season progresses. I think he's going to be so good that teams won't even give him the chance to block shots. They're just going to go up and see Wemby, turn right around, pass it out to the three, and shoot a deep ball from 30 feet, because that's a better shot at shooting what would be a great shot against Victor Wembanyama, because Victor Wembanyama is the best player in the NBA. And if you don't realize that now, in 2 weeks, everyone will realize that. That's all that we got to say. But if you want to, I realize now that I talked about, I'm giving away all these free plays. I didn't say how to get them. If you want to get those, it's been up at the top this whole time, winnable.com/bam. And once you do that, you'll get over to this page. You hop on the free plan right here, literally $0 to sign up. And then once you scroll down, you'll see me sending out a free pick basically every single day. So I said free pick Thursday Night Football, and I dropped it Chargers Vikings on the over. We scroll down just a little bit more. Where was it at? Free play, night one free pick, Thunder Rockets. This was the only one that I ended up missing. But if you scroll down, you can literally see all my free plays. Free play, Seahawks minus 2.5. Green that one out. Another one, free play, Mac Jones under 242.5. I even put a bunch of explanation as to why I was doing that. Green that one out too. So guys, when it comes to just giving you guys straight plays, free plays, what I feel like is the best lock on the board, I'm up there with one of the best, right? So join up at that top link right there, winnable.com/bam. But now let's get into the second play of the day. We're going to Amen Thompson against the Pistons. So this one, I'd actually prefer if you guys move the line up a little bit to 16 or 17.5 and then try to hit the under. I'm shorting Amen Thompson in this one. I think he is such a great player. I think he's got a ton of impact, especially on the defensive end. But the problem with, sports betting on basketball is that the box score is really all that matters. It doesn't matter. Your defensive stats really aren't that big of a deal, right? Your defensive presence, I should say, doesn't show up in the stats, right? It doesn't show up in the betting lines. And because of that, I think Amen Thompson's going to get quite a few minutes, right? He's going to actually play very well on defense. But when it comes to offense, the Rockets just have so many better threats than him, right? Until he can figure out his shooting form, which, neither him nor Sarr really has a great shot right now. If we just go to his threes, you'll see, right? He barely makes any threes, let alone takes any threes, right? But the Rockets have Alp Sengun, which at 21.5 points feels criminal. I also love that on the over. Kevin Durant, one of the best ISO scorers in all of ball. Jabari Smith, who can, have his day. Tari Eason, who's honestly more defensive player too. And then Reed Shepherd, who we're just waiting for Reed Shepherd to explode, right? Basically, this Rockets team, Amen is kind of like that third, fourth, maybe even fifth option at times. And he's great. He's a great player. He's going to be awesome in the NBA. But I don't think him going over 15.5 points is very likely to happen. And let's not forget, this Pistons defense is not a complete pushover. They didn't have a great night one against the Bulls, but they only held the Bulls to like 115 points, I think. So not a terrible night for him. I think Amen Thompson is going to go under on his line at 15.5. But let's hop over to play number 3. And we're going actually to the guy who just played against Victor Wembanyama. It's Cooper Flagg. So Cooper Flagg's line is at 14.5, and I absolutely love him to get 15 plus points in this game. This one feels too easy. He had 10 points against the Spurs, and if we look at how he played in this game, he only made 31% of his field goals, right? 13 shots attempted, only 4 fell for him, right? And he made a couple free throws, he missed 1 3, right? He was playing against one of the best defenses in the NBA because he was playing against the best player in the NBA. He was playing against Victor Wembanyama, and Victor Wembanyama could sit in that paint and make life difficult for Cooper Flagg again, and again. And he was also just gelling with his teammates at the beginning. There were a lot of things that went decent that could have gone way more wrong in his NBA debut. Cooper Flagg, if you guys saw, he almost put up that insane poster at the beginning of the game. I guess I wouldn't call it a poster, but the alley-oop was pretty tough. And this one obviously was home game. Now they go up against the Wizards, and it's another home game, right? This Dallas Mavericks team has 2 home games to start the season, and I think Cooper Flagg's really going to be settled in. He's going to show everybody why he's the Rookie of the Year. Everybody and their mom right now is talking about VJ Edgecombe dropping, I think, the 3rd best NBA debut ever, right? Up there with Wilt. And people are saying maybe Cooper Flagg, maybe he's not the Rookie of the Year, right? Maybe we spoke too soon. Cooper Flagg is like, no. I just played against Wembanyama. That was the only reason why I didn't strut my stuff all over that Game 1 Spurs team. Now he plays up against the Washington Wizards. Let me say that one more time. He plays up against the Washington Wizards, the worst team in basketball, because they're trying to lose. From day one, they are trying to lose. This Washington Wizards team actually gets penalized if they are better than a bottom 8 team. I don't know if you guys know this because you're not as locked into NBA. I don't blame you. But let me teach you something new right now. If the Wizards are not one of the 8 worst teams in ball, they give up their first round pick to the New York Knicks. They do not want to do that. First of all, because it's the Knicks. Second of all, because it's their pick. They have this pick. All they need to do to get this pick and get an insane, probably great first round player is to be bad. That's all they need to do. So if you're telling me the Wizards aren't going to go for some easy losses at the beginning of the season against a pretty strong Mavs team who's hurting after losing to the Spurs and getting embarrassed by them, I don't know what to say to you. The Wizards are going to try to lose this game. Cooper Flag is going to absolutely dominate, right? 15 points is an absolute joke. So like him on the over at 14.5, and we're getting into player prop number 4. I'm realizing I've got quite a bit of time left on this video. I'm going to hop into some bonus plays, which is going to be sportsbook related plays. First up, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about Lakers versus Timberwolves. So in this one, let's take a look at Anthony Edwards, right? His line last game was 25.5 and it moved up towards 26.5 as we were getting to the beginning of the game, right? He ended up shutting everybody up against what I called one of the best defenses in the NBA, the Portland Trail Blazers. I still think they're going to be great. But Anthony Edwards played insane. He made 5 out of his 10 threes, 14 out of his 28 field goal attempts, and all 8 of his free throws, combining for 41 points in this game, right? So his line was around 25, and he got 41. Luka Doncic actually had a very similar story. His line was sitting at around 26, right? Then he popped off on primetime against Golden State and had 43 points. His line has adjusted accordingly. His line is now bumping up to 30.5. They say, okay, Luka's got to score 31 plus for you to green out on this play. I have no idea why. But Anthony Edwards' line did not move at all. His line did not move. It's almost as if they think that 41-point game didn't happen. And he got 41 points against Toumani Camara, one of the best defensive wings, probably one of the best defenders in the entire NBA. That's Toumani Camara. If you guys know ball, you know he's an elite defender, right? Now he's going up against the Lakers, who have Marcus Smart, Rui, Ayton, Reeves, Luka. Luka and Reeves are great players on offense, but on the other side of the ball, they're basically like statues, right? Anthony Edwards is going to absolutely eat up this Lakers team. I love taking players on the over who are going up against the Lakers because A, the Lakers can keep up. The Lakers are not going to get blown out in many of these games because they're just that good on offense. But B, because the Lakers are such a good offense, because they start Luka and Reeves and Ayton for such huge minutes, they are terrible at defense. None of those 3 players are good on defense, but they also are their 3 best players on offense. This is a perfect scenario to just take players on the over when they face LA. LA Lakers, not LA Clippers. Let me make sure that's clear. So Anthony Edwards at 26.5 feels like free money. But let's talk about a couple more plays because we're not over yet. Just want to note, coming on here, Aaron Gordon just dropped 50 points. This is news to me. I'm just recording this as this game happened. What even is the NBA? 2 overtimes in this game, 1 overtime in this game. I know I said I was going to get to the plays. We're going to get into those real quick, but I mean, what the hell is going on? Anyways, let's get back into the plays. We're going over, and I'm just going to take, I think, what is an absolute lock, and I don't understand why it's minus 165, honestly. The Spurs on the money line. Like, what are we doing? They're playing the Pelicans. I know the Pelicans are at home in this game. I don't think it's going to matter. This is one of those plays, again, where the market just hasn't corrected yet. The market doesn't realize how good this Spurs team is. They're just, I guess they need a couple of games for Rummy to dominate, and then they'll, I guess, realize, okay, we should start treating this Spurs team like a real contender. But right now, I'm not complaining. I'm just going to get my free value. I think this play should be at minus 300, and we're getting it at minus 165. That's elite. If you want to take them on the spread too, go for it. But honestly, spreads in basketball, they're not really that my cup of tea. I like the money lines a lot better. I like the totals a lot better. But another play I like is going to be Houston Rockets to win against the Pistons. Everybody knows the Houston Rockets really could have won that game against the Thunder. The Thunder have now played 2 games of basketball and had 4 overtimes. The Houston Rockets are going to win this game. They're going to bounce back. That's all I got. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's win.